Hi, it's Jeff. We will now insulate an elbow for concealed application. It's 20 millimeter elbow. We're using 1.5 inch thick duct wrap insulation with the FSK foil facing on it. Depending on the material that you're starting with, it comes different widths. This one here happens to be 12-inch wide, and I'm just going to cut a piece off of it that's going to fit inside. Insulation, fold that in, and just mold it into that fitting. I'll now take my tape wrap that around. If it was a concealed job, as long as make sure everything's all taped up nicely. If it was cold or chilled water, we're going to want to make sure we do a good job taping it. Secondary, you could always take a vapor barrier mastic if you're unsure and paint the whole fitting. Once it's dried, leave it as such, or if it was exposed, you put a PVC elbow over top of that. So plain and simple, quick, easy method of insulating an elbow. We're going to do an exposed elbow, so we're starting off with the same material we've used here, 1.5 inch thick duct wrap insulation. I'm going to mark my insulation to go around, cut off the excess material. If I happen to be using 6-inch wide roll of air core or duct wrap, fitting wrap insulation, then I would just cut this off of a 100-foot long roll. And take this, squeeze it into my fitting, making sure that we've got insulation over the whole thing. Use my foil tape. Now we're insulated. If we wanted this being an exposed elbow, what we want to do now is put a PVC fitting over top. We'll grab on our charts, we're going to have the pipe size and the insulation thickness, and it's going to refer to a fitting. So this particular one uses a number 10. If this was domestic water heating, we're putting on the PVC fittings, we can puncture the vapor barrier. If it's cold water or chilled water, we wouldn't want to use tacks, we'd use some tape to hold that on. In this case here, we'll put this on. We're going to assume the direction of view or watershed is in this direction here, so we would not want to put this on where we're actually looking into a seam. We're going to put it the other way so it looks a lot more seamless. And put it on, squeeze it a little bit, and there we are. We're done. If we wanted to finish that off, if we didn't want to use tacks, we can then use our white ASJ tape, cut off a piece. We can put that around, wrap that around the fitting, and use our knife. And just smooth out any little wrinkles that you may get in there. And we're done with the PVC elbow.